Just to kind of go through what we do. So, in engineering, our main focus is on remediating those infrastructure vulnerabilities. So, somebody from my team is usually involved in those 3D assessments to conduct the VSDR or the CADR. So, we would do the deep analysis of the switch configs, firewall rules, data flows, PCAPs, and we would help document and understand that side of things. So, the vulnerabilities or misconfigurations that exist in the network. And so then we would follow that up with the actionable recommendations to actually remediate those findings. So we can do everything from the planning and design all the way to a turnkey solution where we would go out and actually complete the whole separation or segmentation project. Part of that is enforcing zone boundaries. So as you define the zones and you segment the devices into their zones, is applying network segregation through validating the firewall rules and then adding or modifying rules to lock it down more, segregate the interzone traffic. Also in there is OT system hardening. So if you're going to deploy a technology, whitelisting, potentially backup and recovery, remote access, things like that would fall into this group. And then again with OT security technology, so any network management, intrusion detection, things like that would also fall in here. As I said, we'd be involved in the 3D assessment from that VADR component or VSDR component. We would typically produce a simplified network diagram and overlay those findings and recommendations. This usually would be more understandable to higher level or C-suite executives or project stakeholders to understand clearly what we're saying, what we found, and what we're recommending. So we often deliver it in a simplified diagram like this. All right. And this is just a slide showing how those risk-based findings, what we found, and this is all like sanitized data. This comes from real world findings and real world assessments. So those 3D assessments, the risk assessment would identify these different vulnerabilities and threats and the associated risk with those findings. So you have your current risk ranking laid out in a profile format there. And then with that, the recommendations that would come from me, the engineering controls that are recommended to reduce the risk. And this is showing you that after implementing some of these recommendations, the adjusted risk would look like. So how engineering controls can have a major impact on your risk profile.